Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the debate where me and Baz go head to head for about 14 seconds and then just chat about history. But you know what? It seems to work. People seem to like it. We have reached the era of Walter Smith. Oh yes!
It just seems fitting at the moment that we've come into the Smith years when the feeling around the club
It does when I've just looked at the players he bought.
What, just our players now?
No, he bought. 98, 99.
Halcyon.
We were... You know what? Let's be honest, we were all a little bit excited when Walter Smith took over because his track record in Scotland, when, you know, Scottish football wasn't the way it is now, was very good. He had European football wise, he had a good little, you know, run in that as well. And I remember when he got him, he was going to Sheffield Wednesday, and Peter Johnson
just said, nah, you know,
just jumped in there and just went, I'll have you. Offered him a lot of money.
Longer. Said
he would have a lot of money in the transfer market as well.
Give him a share in DJ Spuddles.
Yeah. You own 10% of nothing.
Yeah.
And convince him to come to the club.
He did, and you're right, it caught the imagination when he came, because obviously he'd won stuff, albeit in Scotland. He won league titles, been in Europe, had some big players, and so it was, I suppose, it was the shot in the arm we probably thought we needed at that time. You know, we'd had the Joe Royle thing had ended abruptly, and Howard had come in and it hadn't worked, and as we discussed last week, and Walter come in, and it was like, okay, you know, this is a fella that's won stuff, and let's see if he can get a tune out of these, you know, these players, and he didn't. So,
well, he came in, but straight away, big names were getting linked with us because he was Walter Smith was at the time very well respected manager.
He was
around Europe, and we were getting linked with a lot of big names, a lot of talent. There was money, we were told, and every day this was pre-internet era really. And
you were on club call, weren't you? You were nailing club call.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it club call. Call me club call. That would be call me club call. That's a different story, a different show. But yeah, every day I remember I just sort of got my first proper job. I was earning a bit of money and all the rest of it. And
which helped play for club call. Yeah,
I did. But I was working on the railway, and I was in a train station, and every morning you get the paper and you go through it. And the worst thing is though, it would be like the post, and all the post was the stuff from last night's Echo. So the very little on, and I remember like start working like say 5:30, and you just wouldn't get busy till like say 7:30, so you had a couple of hours to kill. And because you just woke up, you wouldn't be tired. Like you'd get tired about 9 o'clock. That's when you were like. But I had a mate called Tony who worked at Egbert Station. I worked at Garston, and we'd be on the phone. What have you heard? What's happened? Have you read this? Have you read that? Been linked with someone, and it was all just utter bollocks then. I know it's utter bollocks now, but at least now when it's utter bollocks, you're on Twitter and stuff, and you can find sources, and you can see you're linked with this player and that player, and you can either find out that it's bollocks very quickly, or that there's some legs in it. Most of the time, you can, like if you hear a rumour now, you can track it down pretty quickly and go, where'd that come from? Oh, fuck off, he's no. Or you go, oh yeah, actually. But then it was like, oh, you've heard this and this, and a fella and his dog told me last night. It's like, a dog, yeah, the dog told me. And it was all just like, well, I'm signing this fella, and it was all just like, and it was mad, and it was just so, it was, I tell you what, if you think it's bad now, it's worse then. And Club Call made it worse as well.
£3.
But we were linked with so many players, and because you were here, and also pre-YouTube, get linked with this player, you were like, oh, I've heard he's fucking boss. Like, oh, he's got this boss sounding name. Who's he? Never heard of him. Boss though.
Bakayoko on Championship.
Well, a lot of it.
Get him on Championship.
Listen, a lot of it did
come from Montpellier.
A lot of it did come down to things like Championship Manager at the time.
Like, oh my.
That's where the research was done. things like Championship Manager. But first 3 signings, Materazzi, and you were like, who's this fella? Come from Perugia, everyone wanted him, everyone in Italy wanted him. Next big, classy, and Italian, like 1998, you were buying Italian defenders, you were getting the job done. They were no compromising in it. And I remember I was still in school, but I remember that not still in school. I wasn't still in school. I was I don't even know where am I going with this.
No,
I wasn't in school.
Going to school.
Sorry,
that's where you weren't going.
I'd finished work and I'd gone to town and I was walking. Why was I walking? I was walking through Georgia.
This is your story. First you've asked me where you're going with it. Now you're asking me why you were walking in town.
I was in Georgia and released in town. And I can't even remember why I was in there. I might have just even been cutting through, because you could cut through. It might have been cold day also. But I had the Evertonian in my bag. And in the Evertonian was a picture on the front of Materazzi. And I'm walking through, and here's Materazzi buying a couch. And I went, can you sign that for me? So he signs it. And, that was it, that was the story.
That was it.
But I remember at the time being like, oh, Materazzi. And then Oliver Decor came in.
Yeah.
And it was like, this fella's fucking, have you heard about this fella? It's going to be the next big thing. 1998 French footy. Oh, yeah. It was all about the French footy in 98. Oh, I missed out on the World Cup squad. And by that, it's the next big thing. French footy players are amazing. And then it was John Collins. Oh, John Collins, amazing for Celtic. Playing the World Cup. Scored the first goal of the World Cup against Brazil. Still boss. That's exactly what we need in his peak. And then it was, Unsworth getting Unsworth back. Oh, he was boss for West Ham. Oh, he was gone to Villa, and that was like protracted. And then we were supposed to sign the Croatian fellow, weren't we? What was his name?
Oh, Mario Stanic.
We were supposed to buy him from, was it Fiorentina?
Yeah, Fiorentina. Yeah.
And it was like, oh, we're after him, and he's like the missing piece. And then it was like, there's no money left. You spent the last of your money on Unsworth. And then that's where, I think that's straight away, that's where the crack started to appear. Because Smith wanted him more than Unsworth.
Yeah.
But he thought he had enough money to have both. And
Stanic scored goals.
And it was like, Fiorentina were playing like hardball. They wanted 3.5, and Everton were only offering 3 or something. But then Peter Johnson was like, there's no money left. And I think Smith was like, if you told me that beforehand, I would have spent the 3.5 I spent on Unsworth on him. And Unsworth was like a luxury I didn't need it. He had loads of centre backs at the club. He could cope. But Unsworth was like, it was the emotional like bill. Bring him home. Didn't want to sell him in the first place. That was like upshite told him. Didn't want to get rid of him. But it was like that thing of bringing him back. And that's where the crack started to appear. So it was like we'd gone from buy anyone we wanted. There's no money left. Remember the famous saying, "Where's the money? It's on the pitch." What Johnson said, it's on the pitch. That's where the money is.
Stanic would have been good as well. He'd have been good, powerful, play up front so wide. Right, he was a good player. And United just fell through, didn't it? And I mean, the core. Remember being a good as when he come to sign, he come in and walking down, one of those like popovers on a little pair of round glasses, and I was like, well, this fella. But God, he was on his day. When he played well, he was fantastic midfield player. There he was, just go through the gears with the ball. He was superb. Like, and Materazzi done okay. He was just a bit erratic, wasn't he?
Well, funny enough, I was watching a video the other day. It was that. Oh, I think it was of the season. That season, it was on Sky. I think it might have been, Sky Sport Premier League years. And yeah, he was erratic, but there was one they showed where he got sent off, and he didn't touch the lad at all.
It might have been. He was crying on the board,
it was. Yeah, and the ref gives him the red, and he goes home. He's on the board, and he's crying, and he didn't even touch him, and he was going mad. And there was about 3 of them in the season, wasn't it? And what makes it worse about him was he was just finding his feet in the Premier League when they sold him. Sold him back to Perugia.
Sold him because we needed the money.
Yeah, ended up going to him into Milan. The rest is history. Wins all kinds. Wins a World Cup. Probably fucking doesn't even know who we are now.
He used to sit in front of me in the main stand when he wasn't, because he was suspended quite a few times, and he just literally kissed his little kid for the whole game. His kid was boss like little, and he'd just be there, but he was like proper. I think he liked, you know, I think he did like it at Everton, but he went out the door too quick. Yeah, man, the call went out.
Well, that was the problem, wasn't it? At the end of the season, it was like, we need to get the money back now.
Didn't work. We need to get.
We bought luxuries that we can't afford to have at the club. Now we need to go and buy bric-a-brac. But this is the list. Before we go into our picks, this is the list of the players that were bought in the just over 3.5 years that he was at the club.
Yeah.
Materazzi, 2.5 million. Oliver Decor, 4 million. John Collins, 2.5 million. David Unsworth, 3 million. Steve Simonson, 3.3 million. Ibrahima Bakayoko, 4.5 million. David Weir, 250,000. Peter Dane, 200,000. Scott Gemmell, 200,000. Richard Goff, 3. Kevin Campbell, 3 million after his initial loan. Mark Pembridge, 800,000. Abel Xavier, 1.5. Joe Max Moore, 3. Stephen Hughes, 3 million. Mark Hughes, 3. Steve Watson, 2.5 million. Alessandro Pastoni, 2.75 million. Paul Gascoigne, 3. Alex Anderson, 2.2 million. Niako, 4.5 million. Gravison, 2.5 million. Ferguson, 3.75 million. Naismith, 1.7 million. Aidan Tal, all we are saying is, let's give him a chance, 700,000. Alan Stubbs, 3. Thomas Radinsky, 4.5 million. Jasper Blomqvist, 3. David Ginola, 3. Lee Carsley,
1.6,
something like
or
that.
1.9.
Toby Lindelof,
Tobias Lindelof,
2.2
yeah,
million. They were the ins. These are the outs. Now that was
we loved the 4.5 in them days, didn't we?
Graham Allen, 300,000. Carl Tyler, 700,000. Duncan Ferguson, 8 million. Gavin McCann, 500,000. Tony Thomas, 150,000. Michael Madar, 3. John Spencer, 500,000. Bakayoko, 3.8 million. Decor, 6.5 million. Materazzi, 3 million. Craig Shaw, 2.1 million. John Oster, 1.1. Fallery, 300,000. John O'Kane, 3. Tony Graham, 450,000. Michael Branch, 500,000. Phelan, 3. Mitch Wall, 3. John Collins, 2 million. Don Hutchinson, 2.5. Nick Barby, 600,000. Dunn, 3 million. Hughes, 3. Francis Jeffers, 8 million. Phil Jevons, 150,000. Stephen Hughes, 3. Peter Dane, 3. Thomas Marler, 300,000. Michael Ball, 6.5 million. 3.5 years. 3.5. 30 fucking players in and out in 3.5 years.
10 a season.
Oh my god. And we never finished in the top half.
No. Good old Walter.
And all those players, and there was talent there as well. There was genuine talent there. If some of those players there had played in the same side, there would have been a good side in there. But unfortunately, there wasn't. So who are you going for? Come on, who are you going for as your best signing of the Walter Smith era?
I'm gonna go. There's 2, but I'm just gonna go for Kevin Campbell. For Super Kev, because he come in, kept us up.
Michael Madar of his day.
Kept us better, wasn't he? He come in, kept us up that season, 9 goals in 8 games. It was fantastic. We needed the lift. He gave us the lift.
Yeah.
And then that Coventry game where Materazzi got sent off, he scored both and didn't he? We beat them 2-0. And I remember he got a hat-trick against West Ham at the end of the season. We beat them 6-0 when they were flying and we were struggling. And he was just brilliant. He gave him a chance, and I think the only thing, he carried it on, to be fair. He was great the next year, but he got a knee injury.
He did.
And he was out for ages, and when he came back, he just lost that little bit of sharpness. And he actually scored on his first game back at Newcastle. We won 1-0. Yeah. Naismith and Tal made the debut. We went up there and won. And he slid in at the far stick and scored.
Naismith cross.
Yeah, and he still got goals.
He scored on his debut against Newcastle, didn't he? Him and Scott Gemmell.
We won 3-1 up there.
Yeah, Scott Gemmell got one and he got one, I think.
He got a Gemmell's volley.
Yeah, it was
fantastic. And like I say, he got goals, but it just wasn't the same. That little bit of pace had gone, and he became more physical then as like a target man type player. But just for the initial impact, and the fact probably for Walter that he was like the mainstay of our centre forward. I mean, this Walter Smith did have a period of time when Campbell was injured where we had Steve Watson up front. You know, we was our right back. But yeah, I've got to go for Kevin Campbell.
Yeah,
last person to score a win in the derby for us.
Which is obviously what he was remembered for. I also remember him playing centre midfield away at Villa.
Centre midfielder. That was nearly as bizarre as Duncan playing left wing at Ipswich, but yeah.
Well, he came in on loan.
And Trabzonspor.
Played 8 games, scored 9 goals, which is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then played 137 games between 1999 and 2005.
Was he still here in 05?
And yeah, 36 goals. Yeah, he went to West Brom, didn't he? 2005.
West Brom, yeah.
But yeah, a lot of that was, you know, injuries, wasn't knee injuries, and last couple of years of his career. He had a big contract as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And people were always saying, you know, that sort of.
We couldn't get rid of him.
Yeah, we couldn't get rid of him because of the wages and stuff. And no, he was. Listen, he was a proper number 9, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was fortunate that that was the number that was there when he got there. There was no number 9, because Duncan had been sold, so he was the number 9. Went in straight in, and he took the mantle. What he did was he come in. I think what he did straight away was when he came in was I think he felt like I wouldn't say he felt like he was bigger than what we had, but I think he felt like it was on his shoulders. He'd had a bad time in Turkey. The president called him a cannibal and all kinds.
He's called a cannibal.
So I think he felt like he had to come in, and it was on his shoulders to do well. Like if he did well, he'd get a contract, and that's probably what they promised him: come in, do well, get a contract. So he probably felt when he come in and he just did. He was very much like, I suppose, what Kendall wanted Dion Dublin to be. Like that person that you could just rely on, use his strength, use his speed, use his ability and get those goals. The know-how, score a lot of goals.
Andy Gray back in the day, when we got Gray in, he could come in and people were like, because we getting Campbell and people were like, Kevin Campbell, he's like doing anything in Turkey, is he? He was struggling. He come in and he was a revelation, and he took the knocks, and he was big, and he led by example, and he dragged people through in that period, because we were desperate. We were desperate at that time to score a goal, you know, and he come in and he scored the goals for Smith, and he was brilliant, and he took it on the next season, and Leeds at home, and scored a couple there, and you know, scored at Anfield, and it was all going well for him, and until he got the injury, and then obviously that curtailed it. But he was a good centre forward. It was just towards the end, like you say, he was slowing down, which is naturally, he was getting older.
I think the second to last season under Smith, we were doing all right, and when he got the injury, as soon as he got the injury,
the goals
we just tailed off and ended up finishing like 14th or something. But we've been doing all right, and say he was a talisman, and
well, in that second season we ended up buying Mark Hughes because we didn't have a centre forward. So Hughes come in and coming on a free, didn't he? You know, and played about 20 games, scored 1 goal, 15 games and 1 goal, scored against Watford at home in a 4-2 when Stephen Hughes also scored in it, and he was bastard shite as well. When we bought him, I was quite happy when we got Stephen Hughes, because I'd seen him at Arsenal. He's one of those, I suppose, a match of the day player. So you see him on the telly and you go, he's got lovely left foot.
But also one of those players that, when surrounded by good players,
he looks
is a better player. And
I think he was a Cockney one. He wanted to be. He was a London boy, and I just don't think he really settled up. He had a nice left foot, but it just didn't.
Shit out of games as well.
But he did have a nice left foot. But yeah, that was, you know, Campbell was a big thing, and the injury did stop him. I think he'd have done even better than what he did do, because he was flying that season. I'm thinking of, you know, the second season, the winner at Anfield, you know, the goals against Leeds, and he was looking lean, you know, Jeffers was in with him, and it was...
Yeah, well, the combination between him and Jeffers was fantastic.
It was really good, and then it didn't happen, you know, with the injury, stopped it, like you say, and you know, he had a little resurgence when he come back. I remember he scored the winner against Arsenal and Chelsea in a week. We beat them twice at home in a week, you know, and I remember on live at Wimbledon he scored. Women Cadamazzi.
Yeah, we won 3-0 and Joe Max Morgan's got a goal as well. We scored 3 in the first half.
Yellow kit,
he had his moments, and for Schmidt, ultimately for Schmidt, he was a fantastic buy because he, you know, he kept us in the Premier League and scoring a goal at Anfield. And for Schmidt, he obviously, you know, he put the ball in the back of the net, which was obviously one of the things, big things missing. I think he was dependable as well. That was the big thing about it, and that was the unfortunate thing after his injury. He was always dependable, and he took it on. He was a leader at the end of the day as well.
Captain, wasn't he?
Yeah,
captain for a while.
He was a leader that liked the responsibility of being a leader. Where others, you know, we read off the list of players there. A lot of them were just shit houses. We've talked about in another video this week about the situation with Everton now and the lack of joined up thinking and the lack of just players that just don't fit together, and the lack of sort of key leaders as well. But he was a player that was in his peak, was a leader, and was willing to take on a team and say, you know what, on my shoulders be it, sort of thing. And I had the right attitude, very positive attitude. Even now, you know, when he's speaking and stuff, he's very positive, and because he probably just, you know, he came from out of a very good Arsenal team, and pulled himself up by the bootstraps, sort of thing. So he was brilliant for him. So yeah, I mean, can't really argue with that. Mine is someone at the other end of the pitch who was equally as good.
Steve Simonson.
Not Steve Simonson, no, but equally as good. Maybe not got the plaudits. Maybe got the plaudits more under David Moyes. And it's David Weir, signing for 250,000 on the 16th of February 1999. Made his debut in the league match against Middlesbrough.
We won 5-0.
The next day we won 5-0, coming on as a substitute for John Oster in the 73rd minute. There's a positive change.
Yeah. Come on, right back.
Weir's first goal for Everton was at the last minute equaliser against Leeds in October '98. At the end of the 2001-2000 season, Weir was voted Everton's Player of the Year by Planet Football's readers, with Weir the only player to reach 4 figures in terms of votes. But Weir was just, from where he'd come from, obviously he played in American college system. Then he came back and he went to Falkirk, and then he went to Hearts, and we bought him off Hearts. But for £250,000, I mean, even then, it was absolutely fantastic value. You know,
Liverpool, wasn't it? He was supposed to go to Liverpool, and Walter Smith,
the Scottish connection,
got in before them, yeah, and gazumped them with that, because he was a classy footballer, like you say, 250 grand, and big lad, really good on the ball, well educated, obviously. He stayed and got his degree and stuff, and he was a very good signing.
Yeah, and just a very, very dependable defender. Not brilliant at one thing, but just really good. Like, put his head in with it, read the game really well.
He did.
Occasionally popped up with a goal when it was needed. Obviously coined the famous Weir sub catchphrase for Moyes. I mean, under Moyes, him and Stubbs created a brilliant partnership, which obviously stopped Joseph Yobo for long periods of time being in the side. Could defend, you know, was as comfortable defending on the edge of the 6-yard box as he was, you know, anywhere else on the pitch. Him and Stubbs created, you know, I mean, you'd have your heart in your mouth how deep we defend with them two, but you know, we got through so many games. I mean, more in the Moyes area, like, you know, winning 6 games 0-0 on a row and stuff like that. And
1-0, you mean, not 0-0?
No, yeah, obviously
1-0.
Winning, you know, winning.
Oh yeah,
with you know, heart and mouth situation, but we got through them. And you know, we'd gone through obviously in those last few years, a lot of different players, Short and Tyler and Unsworth had gone, and Watson was coming to the end, and so we'd gone through a lot of centre backs and hadn't quite found a partnership. That sounds similar, doesn't it? And he helped come in, and he was a leader, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Which ultimately, if you've got a leader in there, it makes it a little bit easier for the fella playing next to him.
Definitely, and he could play as well. He was decent on the ball. He wasn't just a centre back who'd lash the ball anywhere. He'd bring the ball out, but he was him and Stubbs are brilliant defenders as a partnership, as a unit. They know how to use their experience. Very rarely did they get run, which is mad because they weren't quick either of them. You know, I think Stubbs, he was probably a little bit quicker than Davy Weir, but you know, up against the likes of Michael Owen and that, he never really. In fact, I think the first goal Owen scored against us was a penalty. You know, because he hadn't scored. You know, under, you know, playing up against David Weir, he wasn't the quickest. He just used to have him playing brilliantly, and he just knew how to defend, and he was there if there was a kick-off. He was the first on the scene, you know, very much like defending his teammates as well. And I think he just at the end he went on slightly too long. David Moy, it's same with Stubbs, they went on just that little bit too long where people were like, not these again, these two, because they were towards the end they started getting caught out with stuff, and they couldn't recover if they returned and things like that. But £250,000, absolutely brilliant signing. Played right back when we had the tallest defence ever. Everyone was 6 foot odd. The team had 6 defenders in.
Yeah, the whole of the back four was centre backs
and 2 midfielders.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, no, he was a brilliant signing, David Weir. 250 grand, absolutely brilliant signing.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just a leader as well. And again, just a leader.
Remember that goal against Leeds in the 4-4?
Yeah.
At the Park End, wasn't it? Curled in and he come in.
235 appearances, the most he played for any club. 10 goals between 1999 and 2007.
And he also done a bit of coaching, didn't he?
Well, he did, didn't
he? We had him in, and
he stayed on, didn't he? Because he, I mean, when
highly rated.
Well, at the end, he was. I mean, even when he went to Rangers, he still lived in Liverpool. I remember his family was still based here, and and some days he would train with Everton and play for Rangers at the weekend.
Because he was down here.
You know, Moyes was like, well, yeah, you can train with us and go and play for them.
He lived by my mate in Lim, Manchester, for a bit. And so, but he was sound, and he come back and done a bit of coaching at the academy and stuff, and he was very highly rated, and then he went off to Brentford, I think, didn't he, with
he went to he was at Sheffield United.
And
he went to Brentford as the assistant, then Rangers as the assistant, Nottingham Forest as the assistant. So yeah.
He was, what's the fella called?
Warburton, yeah.
They done very well at Brentford, them two. Then he went off, usually the pair of them went up to Rangers, didn't he? And I just wonder if David Unsworth was to leave, whether they'd get David Weir back.
Yeah, I don't think he's currently doing anything, no. But no, he was just a brilliant player. And I'd say not like, you know, Campbell, all the bells and whistles, but he was just consistent when you needed that consistency, because when you've got a turnover of players like that, you need some consistency.
Yeah.
Walt Smith's first game, Everton versus Villa, Saturday the 15th of August 1998. 0-0. Attendance?
26,000.
40,000.
Was it?
40,100. Everton. This is the Everton.
I'm sure Gareth Barry marked Duncan Ferguson that day as a 17-year-old.
He played, yeah.
I'm sure.
Their team was Bosnich, Charles, Southgate, Schumacher, Barry, Henry, Taylor, Thompson, Wright, Josham, Dwight York. Our side was Thomas Myra, Alec Cleland, Craig Short, Carl Tyler, Marco Materazzi, Michael Ball. So 3 at the back. Wing backs.
Yeah.
Oliver Decore, John Collins, who Mr. Penn.
He did miss a pen
Missed
after
the pen.
about 10 minutes.
Scored in the World Cup. Couldn't score after 7 minutes.
7 minutes, yeah, down at the park end, wasn't it?
Nick Barmby, John Spencer, Duncan Ferguson.
John Spencer.
Don Hutchinson came on for Oliver the Court on the 76th minute. Danny Cadamati came on the
Spencer.
64th minute for Spencer. That was his
3-0
first game. His
Oh
last
my
game,
God. His last
Middlesbrough.
game? Yeah, 3-0 in the cup.
3-0.
Last league game was that 2-0 at home to Arsenal.
It was no West Ham away. 1-0 got beat.
Oh yeah, God, yeah.
So his last game as Everton manager, Steve Simonson in goal. So new goalie. Pistone, Peter Clark, David Weir, Alan Stubbs, David Unsworth.
Wait, they're back again. That never
I
worked.
don't think it was. Lindelof,
Yeah.
Gaza,
Yeah.
Scott Gemmell, Wadinsky, Joe Max Moore. Joe Max Moore and Lindelof went off at half time
Yeah.
to replace
We
by
were 3-0 down.
Anderson and Chadwick, and Blomqvist came on the 73rd minute. I was there, it was horrendous, but there you go, it's
FA Cup quarter
completely different team.
That season, the first season Smith had, it took us about 3 months to score a goal at home. First like 4 home games or 5 home games we didn't score them.
So what I mean,
In that, let me just say,
go on,
in that game,
tell us the story.
we played Blackburn in about October, I think, September, October at home, and we drew 0-0. I'm surprised we hadn't scored. And Jamie Carragher was sat 3 seats away from me with his mate in the main stand, and Duncan hit that volley. It's a volley out the sky, and it hits one post, rolls around the line, hit the other post and come out. Fucking Carragher and his mate were up like that. He just played at Old Trafford on the Thursday for Liverpool and give a penalty away. They got beat 2-0, and on the Saturday he was jumping out of his seat at Goodison, and Duncan hit the shot and hit the post like Jamie Tattoo Carragher.
Well, the first season we drew the first game against Villa 0-0, lost away at Leicester 2-0, lost at home to Tottenham.
Yeah. Les Ferdinand.
Then we won our first game away at Nottingham Forest. Duncan Ferguson got
there.
2.
Dunk, yeah.
Then we drew 0-0 with Leeds, 1-1 with Huddersfield in the
Cup,
League
I was
Cup.
there.
Then we drew 2-2 with
Borough away.
Borough.
John Collins. Yeah.
Huddersfield. We beat them 2-1.
Yeah.
Drew 0-0 with Blackburn.
Yeah, that was that game. That was in September.
Beat Wimbledon 2-1.
These are all away though, the wins, aren't they?
Drew 0-0 with Liverpool. Drew 0-0 with Sheffield Wednesday. Beat Middlesbrough away. So we are now. That was in the League Cup.
Yeah.
We are at the end of October.
Yeah, we hadn't scored a goal at
But
Goodison,
we've only been beaten twice.
Yeah, but we hadn't scored a goal at home.
No. Then we played Man United at home. Got beat 4-1.
That was our first goal.
Beat
4-1.
Beat Arsenal. Got beat by Arsenal 1-0 away. Drew 1-1 with Sunderland, and then got beat by Coventry 3-0. So we lost 3 in a row in the Premier League.
It was on the telly, the Coventry on Froggatt. Remember Froggatt? Hit it like a rocket top him. With a yellow kit.
Yeah. Then we beat Newcastle
at home.
That was the night.
That was
Duncan.
Michael Ballpen.
Then we beat Charlton away 2-1.
Davey Weir won it.
Cadamati got 2.
Oh, was it Cadamati?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, Weir.
Drew with Chelsea, beat Southampton,
Bakio.
lost to West Ham away, drew 0 with Derby, got beat by Tottenham 4-1, beat Bristol City in the FA Cup, Bakayoko got 2,
again, yeah.
drew 0-0 with Leicester, lost 3-0 to Villa, won 1-0 against Ipswich in the FA Cup, got beat by Forest at home, got beat by Derby away. What?
Pierre Van Hooydonk Forest.
Was that when he came back from his sulking or afterwards? Beat Coventry 2-1 in the FA Cup. Beat Middlesbrough 5-0. That's when Materazzi scored that game, didn't he? Got beat by Leeds away. Drew 1-1 with Wimbledon. Got beat by Newcastle 4-1 in the FA Cup. Won at Blackburn 2-1. Got beat by Arsenal. Got beat by Man United. Got beat by Liverpool. got beat by Sheffield Wednesday, and this is when we started thinking we're going here.
Chef wed at home, God, was that 2-1?
Yeah.
That was the 2 back passes.
Then we beat Coventry 2-0. Then we beat Newcastle 3-1. Then we beat Charlton 4-1. Then we got beat by Chelsea away. Then we beat West Ham 6-0, and we got beat by Southampton last game of the season 2-0. We were already safe. That kept them up, as I remember.
We beat Charlton 4-1. I don't know. Where'd that come from?
We finished the season
11th, I think. Did we end up 11th or something? No, was that 16th that season?
14th.
14th.
We won 6 games at home, drew 8, lost 5. Away, we won 5 games away.
I know, better than we are now.
Drew 2, lost 12. 20 goals. That's away.
Away.
42 goals we scored all season.
How many have we got this season?
We finished with 43 points.
So we're only a point worse off than we are now. Go ahead, you keep looking.
The player of the year was David Ginola. But he was in the league for Tottenham.
Oh, for us, I was going to say what? Yeah, David. Yeah.
Season afterwards,
we've only won 11 this season.
The season afterwards, we finished 13th.
Right.
We won 7 at home, only lost 3. Won 5 away, lost 9. Finished with 50 points the following season. So, finished with 50 points that season. And then the next season,
7 home.
We finished 16th. Won 6 home games, lost 5. Won 5 away.
3 years on the run, we won 5 away games. We've won 2 this year.
Lost 13. Finished with 42 points.
42.
We stayed up on goal difference.
What?
No, we didn't. Hang on.
No, we didn't.
Sorry, I'm looking at the team below. No, Man City went down with 34 points. 34 points. So did Coventry, so did Bradford. Man City, 34 points. Incredible.
Unbelievable.
The most before David Weir, 37 starts in the Premier League. Kevin Campbell, 27, scored 9 goals. 10 goals overall with cup games. That might have been when he got his injury, don't mind it.
Just think, you know, when it's slim picking still, isn't it? God. 9 goals.
In its first season, most appearances, Thomas Mara 38, Michael Ball 36, Donald Hutchinson, Unsworth 33, Donald Hutchinson 29. His second, Nick Barmby 37, David Weir 35, John Collins 33. How many did Kevin Campbell do that season? Tommy Johnson, remember Tommy Johnson?
Tommy Johnson, yeah.
Got him on loan. Kevin Campbell, 26 games, 12 goals.
It's not bad, that.
Played 31 overall, 12 goals and 31.
1 and 3,
top goal scorer. He got top goal scorer. Barmby got second with 10. Unsworth got 9. Pens probably.
Yeah.
Joe Max Moore got 8.
How do you like it? How do you like it, Joe Max Moore?
And then Weir was 3rd season, and then in the season I've seen him sacked, David Weir, most games again. Kevin Campbell played 21 games. And obviously that season we finished 15th with 43 points. But Moyes brought a few of them in, didn't he? So
a few. No. But about, he got at least 10 points or something.
Well, in his final season, first game of the season away, Charlton 2-1. Ferguson
won, didn't we?
And Weir.
Yeah.
Ferguson taking a pen. Everyone was like, "What's Ferguson doing taking a pen?"
Yeah.
Then we drew 1-1 with Tottenham. Ferguson with a pen. Then we beat Middlesbrough 2-0. What a start! Then we got beat by Man United 4-1. That's when Campbell and Ferguson were up front, and everyone was like, "Oh, these are going to terrorise them."
The Bruce brothers.
Yeah. Drew with 1-1 with Palace. Got beat by Liverpool 3-1. Campbell scored early, didn't he?
That was Gerrard, wasn't it?
Lost against Blackburn. Beat West Ham 5-0. Campbell, Hutchinson on goals. Gravison, Watson, Badinsky. 0-0 with Ipswich. Beat Villa 3-2. Lost to Newcastle 3-1. Drew 2-2 with Bolton. Stubbs and Gaza. Gaza's only goal.
I was there. Yeah.
And obviously Stubbs going against his old
Stubbs
team.
Kick, yeah.
Chelsea 0-0. Leicester 0-0. Southampton beat them 2-0. Lost 2-0 to Fulham. Beat Derby 1-0. Now this is where the shit hits the fan. It's always like November or December, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, this was the 19th of December. Leeds got beat 3-2. Sunderland got beat 1-0. Man United got beat 2-0. Charlton got beat 3-0. I remember that New Year's Day. Fucking hell. Middlesbrough got beat 1-0. Then we went to the FA Cup. Stoke away. I was there. Alan Stubbs scored it.
Yeah,
scored.
Won, 1-0.
Yeah. Then we played Sunderland, beat them 1-0. Jesper Blomqvist header,
that day,
back post.
At the street, at the park end. Yeah.
Then we drew 1-1 with Tottenham. Leighton Orient beat them 4-1. Then we played Villa away. Let me just see what the team was, because it's hilarious. No, we drew 0-0. This is when he played centre midfield. So the team was Simerton, Hibbert, but Hibbert went off after 25 minutes and Alec Clennon came on. Peter Clark, Alan Stubbs, David Unsworth, Naismith, Joe Max Moore, Scott Gemmell, Kevin Campbell, Danny Cadamati and Duncan Ferguson. Number one, how the fuck didn't we score? And at number two, how the fuck did we keep a clean sheet?
There were 5 strikers playing.
But we replaced Danny Cadamati with Nick Chadwick.
Another striker.
Fucking Sam would roll over in his...
Fucking, he wouldn't be happy there in his gravy bath, would he?
They had Encoming and goal, Delaney, Melberg, Steve Staunton, Samuel, Boateng, Mason, Leandri, Hadji, Vessel and Pabwell Angel.
Darius Vassell and
Fucking
Pabwell Angel.
How on it? Right, we had, look. So defenders, Hibbert, Clark, Stubbs, Unsworth, Naismith. That's five defenders. 1 midfielder and 4 strikers.
That's the way.
So Kevin Campbell played centre midfield, didn't he, that night? Yeah. I think Joe Max Moore played wide.
That's how Walter rolled, mate. He went from having no strikers and Steve Watson up front to just playing all of our strikers in the squad. Oh my God. All get in, lads. See if you can get us a goal.
So that was 0-0. Then we got beat by Ipswich 2-1. Then we got beat by Arsenal 1-0. Drew 0-0 with Crewe.
Yeah.
Beat them in the replay 2-1. Campbell scored the winner.
Ashton scored.
Drew with Liverpool 1-1. Drew with Leeds 0-0. Lost to West Ham. Lost to Middlesbrough. Then Moyes came in. Beat Fulham. Beat Derby. Got beat by Newcastle. Beat Bolton. Got beat by Chelsea. Drew with Leicester. Beat Southampton. Lost the last 2 games to Blackburn
Southampton
and Arsenal.
Steve Watson scored.
I was at the Arsenal game when we got beat 4-3. And no one gave a fuck. We were all just dead happy.
Yeah. That's a Southampton. It was on R5 on a Saturday night. Steve Watson scored 3 and he was on the bench.
What? So, I don't know. Was he just? Was Walter Smith just a? Was it just? Do you think it was just a? He was just a victim of circumstance, or was he just a bad manager?
I just thought he was shite. To be honest,
he was always disappointed.
He was very disappointed.
Disappointed.
He was just very negative. He was just a very negative, despite having 31 strikers in the team. It was just we didn't have great players, but we still should have been able to
get in the top half,
do better than what we showed. You know what I mean? And there was just too many. I suppose it was a bit like it reminds me a bit. There was players who were decent players, it just didn't look like they give a fuck. And you know, I remember being told that when Moyes went in on that first day after Smith had been sacked, he said, "I'm not going to have any millionaires taking the piss out of me." That was his thing to the players that day. And within a week there was nobody in the treatment room. When he went in, there was 7, and players started training again.
He got rid of without going into, he got rid of Ginola and he got rid of
well, Ginola stayed till the end of the season. Gaza went the next day.
I'm out the team though, didn't he, straight away.
But
he told Gaza, didn't he? He said you can stay but you're not playing. And he said that's a Ginola stayed.
Well, Gaza said he should have stayed. He said because I'd have got in, I'd have got back in.
Yeah.
And he got off. But you know, I think Walter had lost his way. There was rumours he was going to go at the end of the season before, and he didn't. He stayed, and then I think he just lost his way.
But it's funny because he had good professionals in there. When you talk about hard, but having good professionals doesn't necessarily mean they're all going to create a team spirit or an ethos or whatever. You need some guidance, don't you? But it wasn't there. I mean, you had plenty of like leaders, Stubbs and Weir and Campbell and Ferguson. And
I remember watching us when he had Collins and Decor and that season. They were really good to watch. The season wasn't great, but they were really good to watch. You know, and again, just didn't score enough goals, but they were decent. And the next season, they were a bit. I think he just
never got a grip of the Premier League, like in terms of like you're saying negative. Like he sent them out to just not lose games.
Not lose, yeah. And I think in Scotland, probably the quality would have overcome that, even though it was harder than it is now. The quality would have overcome that. And I don't think you don't get that here, do you? You don't get that luxury here of coasting through and getting the result you need. It's a case of I suppose he just didn't have.
I suppose he never built a team either, because you look at the turnover of players there.
Turnover, wasn't it?
You know, those other players he signed, he lost as well. The goalies were shit.
That's what I mean.
He lost players like Materazzi and Collins and Decor as quick as he got them. So there was always a turnover, and then some like Campbell got injured. So there was always a turnover of players, I suppose, as well, and some of his signings never came off in terms of, you know, how good they were. So I suppose you always took the safe route, but they were grim days, weren't they? They were like that was the time where you just forget loads of those games because they all just merged into each other, because it was just 3 years of just like grimness. Yeah. 3.5 years of grimness.
Well, we weren't doing anything. That was the thing. We were just nothing. We were just a nothing team. So it was like you went the match, but it was like it just didn't hope more than any kind of expectation, you know what I mean? But it probably because social media wasn't a thing, so you could step away from it, I think, easier than you can now. So you'd come out the game and you might watch Match of the Day, but then unless you actively went and got the echo or stuff, you could almost forget about it until the Friday, and then you start thinking, oh, we're playing thingy tomorrow. I mean, I was working it was fucking grim. Couldn't forget about it as much, but it wasn't. You weren't hearing too many other voices, so it wasn't all negative.
It didn't fill my life like it does now, and that was then when I was younger. You know, I could have been going to fucking every away game and doing whatever I wanted, but it just didn't fill my life. I'll be honest. Like I said earlier, I just got a job on the railway, and I was happy to go to work, and then I started playing Saturday afternoons for a good team, and I just wasn't that arsed at that time. It wasn't in me then. It was like that period where I'd gone to, like, obviously when I was younger, going all the time, but just under Smith I'd started to just lose my way with it, and that's when I started, for a couple of years I started playing. I started to play Saturday afternoons. I'd go to games when they were like they were midweek or they were on Sundays, but Saturdays I wasn't interested. Really till Moyes came. I just wasn't asked. There was just a period of 2 years where I'd stopped going. It was like I used to, my early shift on the railway used to finish at like at like 3:15. So you could always get some. There was a post crossover, and I could always get the fella to come in at like when he came in, I could always go, can I get off now? He'd go, yeah, as long as you do it for him the week after.
Yeah.
But no one just like thinking, I can't be asked. I'd rather he just came in and I'll just hang about. It's an excuse not to go, or if I did, I'd go, well, I'm going to play, or whatever. You know what I mean? I was getting more enjoyment out of playing then.
I mean, you get older and you realise you jack stuff. I stopped playing at 26 on a Saturday because I wanted to go back to match, because I'd gone and gone and gone. Then my Saturday afternoon became when I played, finished the youth team footy. Used to be Saturday morning, so I'd come back from Burnley, I'd just get back in time to go and watch the match. But then when I started playing semi-pro then and stuff, like it was Saturday afternoon stuff, so I was playing there, so I'd every night game, every Sunday game, or I'd go to. But then I stopped playing at 26, so I went back at the time our Kendall took back over for Mark 3. So all Walter Smith, I was fucking going home and away, and it was grim. But I was enjoying it because I'd been playing for so long that it was like, it was fresh, but now I look back and think, I should have been carried on playing till I was 30.
I look back and think, why didn't I enjoy the social side of Everton more? But I didn't. It wasn't in me. It wasn't how I was brought up. Going to match was just going to match. It wasn't going to pub.
I'm like that, mate. I go to away games. I'd always drive. Everyone else would want a bevy. I don't, as you know, I don't drink. I'd have the odd beer. Never. I couldn't go to match and be pissed.
Drivers to West Ham then.
There you go. West Ham. Get me there. I couldn't go to match and bevy. Because I had to watch the game and see everything that happened.
But it wasn't part of me. I'm not. I'm still not really part of the. So I wasn't I did for a small period, but not really, not massively. But no. But so this is like the period when I not fell out of love with Everton, but it wasn't the be all and end all. I wanted to play. Don't get me wrong, as soon as the game was finished, I'd be like, what's the score and all the rest of it, because we'd kick off at 2, and so obviously you'd be finished at, going into the second half, so you'd be listening to the second half.
God, that'd always be, if Everton were away, I'd be like that to me dad, the game would catch his eye and go how are we getting on, because he'd have his radio on, or I'd be to our manager who was in head, how everybody couldn't rely on him. Charlie'd give you all fucking kinds of scores and you'd be like 3-0 down already.
But I think a lot of people had that because the other thing was, if you did want to go, you didn't have a problem getting tickets. It wasn't any problem. Obviously the time before, it was all ticket games, you could pay on the gate and all that if you wanted to go. Even for away games, I went to away games where I paid on the gate. It was a different time.
When my dad's debut, I paid on the gate at Palace. They just go down.
I remember paying on the gate like Man City and things like that.
City was
completely different. So it wasn't the pressures weighing on then to be like, whereas now where kids are terrified of not getting a ticket for the game, for the away games now, because they think, well, if I don't get it for this,
ticket for the home game.
No, I know. No, but I think people are more terrified of not getting getting a ticket for the away game rather than the home game. Do you know what I mean? Because of the social side of it. People will go to Everton games now and still be able to.
That's great for them, isn't it? It's people's lives, isn't it? It's not my. Well, I try to make it not my life. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's a big part of it. I try to make it. You try to remember that there's stuff that is actually important in your life. Everton aren't really important. They're not hardy, you know what I mean. But at that time, it was a different time, and that's what I was saying. I don't think people could cope now. Well, the way social media is, what it was.
What I would say is, take this season and times it by 3.5, and you effectively get the Smith era. In a way, you know what I mean?
Just 3.5. I'd have gone 4.5. I'll be honest.
Well, he was only here 3.5.
No, but I thought you meant times the power of it.
No, I meant seasons. Because effectively, we didn't win a trophy. We can get near to win it. Quarterfinals, I think, was the furthest we got. Yes, we won at Anfield.
Yeah.
In his first season. So we had a couple of wins here and there against Liverpool, and a couple of wins here and there against some of the top sides. But we finished 13th, 14th, 16th for 3 years in a row, and then the final season we were heading towards the same. And then Moyes came in and just saved us with 3 or 4 wins.
Going, mate. We had,
I know.
We had 32 points or something. And
well, it was the effect basically of what Swansea have done this season, isn't it? Just getting that. But we won 3 or 4 games, got out of it. But it is but Also, it's fine saying, like, it's like this, but it wasn't all Smith's fault. That's the other side of it. It wasn't all his fault, because he'd been, that's what I was saying before, he'd been given promises that weren't.
But I still look at that and go, he still spent 50.
Well, he spent, I think he spent about 55 and sold 56.
And he couldn't get us, he couldn't make us a better side.
No.
So that to me tells you that the man.
Oh yeah, no,
but
what I mean is that he might have lost interest very quickly because of what had happened.
Well, he was missold, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Missold what it was, but then he should have had the balls to walk away, shouldn't he?
Well, again, it was almost like that thing, wasn't it? Because when it came down to the Ferguson sale, it was him or Johnson, and he stayed and Johnson went, and then Bill Kenwright came in. So it was like that again. It was like that little victory. I've won this victory, but nothing got better because there was still no money. In fact, there was less money,
yeah.
But an Evertonian in charge, and that's
well, the NCL thing.
Well, we didn't talk about that, did we? We said we were going to mention this last week, didn't we? The NCL was a big thing, wasn't it? At the time, a lot of media companies were coming in, buying shares in clubs. Sky got shares, but Sky wanted to buy. Was it Liverpool or Man United? I can't remember which one it was.
United,
I think it was United. It was United, and then they wouldn't allow it because they said it was a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
And then they bought like 12%, I think, and pushed money in. Liverpool got money off. They get money off NCL.
NCL, yeah.
They got money off NCL, which it was a cable firm at the time. Villa got money off them.
Villa, Newcastle.
So they were putting money into all the clubs. They were in effect, these media companies were putting money into clubs, so that the clubs would go out and buy better players, so that you'd go and buy the TV deal
to watch.
Because cable was a big thing then. You know, I know it's Virgin now, but then if anyone, obviously if you weren't around at the time, Virgin now is basically the only cable operator, isn't it? At the time, it was all cut up different areas. We had like Telewest, and then we had NCL, and they were all different companies. They were all putting money in because the way they looked at it was, the more money the football teams had, the more money they'd spend on transfer. Like Sky, effectively what Sky are doing. Yeah, I've been doing all the time. They'd put money in. That means more people are going to buy cable because they go, NCL. Oh, I'll get cable.
And you get games then. Then teams got games as well. They bought into.
Yeah.
So Liverpool were on X amount. Newcastle, NCL was showing X amount of games or whatever.
So Everton
come to us. Come to our deal.
12 million quid.
20.
Was it 20?
20 million pounds. Which was
it for 12%?
12%.
That's where I'm getting the 12.
20 million pounds.
So
which we
that was a
divvied
fucking shit ton of money then.
We divvied out.
Yeah, we'd already spent it. We'd done the Leeds United. We'd already spent it, and the deal just
25 minutes from the money going in the bank.
And any reason why it never went through?
They just pulled the plug. It was them. It wasn't Everton. They just didn't have the money.
So not long after, the arse falls out of it all. ITV had a channel, didn't he? What was it? It was the ITV digital channel.
Yeah, ITV
digital. Which was going to show, because at the time it was they were playing about with pay-per-view Premier League games as well, weren't they? And they were all looking at all this excess ways of getting money. And ITV, they had the Premier League highlight rights then. I think they did. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
They had their own little digital sports channel. That collapsed because all this money that all these companies were putting into it was all based on people buying it. People didn't buy it because they were just getting Sky. The pay-per-view stuff didn't take off.
And Satanta were around as well, weren't they?
So all this money just went nowhere. People spent money on footy that was all based on stuff that wasn't real. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And effectively it all just fell through. Some clubs got the money before it got.
I think everyone got it,
bar us. Then all those companies collapsed. The Premier League teams had the money, and we fell even further behind because they were getting money off Sky, and they got this nice little. They
got the bump,
bump
the 20 million
to
bump.
Push them. We never got the bump. Spent the bump, and ended up in fucking shit street.
Having to sell people.
And then we were like, well, we've already spent this money. We need, and basically, it was a lesson to a lot of football clubs. It was a lesson to a lot of people who just went, we are never going near footy again. And Sky suddenly were like, yeah, we've got the monopoly.
Done.
And then, as you said,
Satanta
came in, and then BT ended up sort of. But then no, ESPN came, didn't he?
Come, yeah.
And then BT in the end of like, because obviously BT is a huge company with a better business model, let's just say.
Yeah.
A more all-round business model that won't ruin them, even though they're spending billions on Champions League footy that no one watches. Yeah, so the business model's been sorted, but we again were a victim. Everyone else like run away before the door was shut. We
just Evertoned it.
We Evertoned it. We would have been better if they hadn't even have come to us.
Yeah.
It would have been better if they hadn't come to us, because we wouldn't have spent the money and put ourselves in debt, to which that debt until very recently was still round our necks, because we had that debt because of that. We secured all the loans. Everything
went against it because we had to.
With Bears loans or whatever they're called. We put everything into it, and that was a debt round our neck until Mr. Machete got rid of it. So it just shows you how much. What a time to be alive and watch the Blues. Anyway, he's gone for Campbell.
Yeah.
I've gone for Weir.
Seems hours ago. Sorry for the long debate, but there you go.
It wasn't really a debate, was it? It was
No,
conversation.
it's the conversation about it.
Anyway, give us your memories of the time, or if we've educated you. And Campbell via Weir, I mean, it seems a simple one, this, doesn't it? But I think anyone at the time who was around at the time would say, Weir actually was a top player.
He was boss.
So
he was boss.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.